Rock Zone. Kawan J.
DJ One. It's the group, homie. The mixtape show. The mixtape show.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Mixtape Show. We are live here on KKSJ Kawan J Radio. That joint that you just heard, that was called Tribal, and that was by tonight's guest that's joining us right now, getting ready to get set up. If you are a hip-hop head like myself, if you're a kid who grew up in Queens like myself, you already know, man, this is an honor to talk to this gentleman right here. And it's also going to be an honor to talk about the rest of the catalog and what else he has going on right now. But the floor right now is prepared for the legendary Dizzy Scratch here on the Mixtape Show joining us. And how you doing tonight, sir? How's everything going on your side of the world?
Bless. Everything's lovely up here in Canada, man.
Yeah.
Man, we're starting to get some warm weather.
Ah.
Things will calm down. Pandemic is calming down. So, some kind of normalcy. I don't think it's over, but some kind of normalcy is happening. So I'm good, brother. How you doing?
I'm good. And when you say getting warm weather, what does that mean to you? Because I'm a transplant now. I'm transplanted out here to Dallas, so we already hitting 95 degrees right now. So
yeah. So no, nothing. It's nothing like that. No. We're getting a little bit warmer. But yeah, Dallas. Bird, and I'm already dark enough. So.
I know it. Nah. This is when I stay in the house most of the year. The summertime is when I'm in the house doing a lot of work.
It's funny because I did we were doing Tribal.
Mm-hmm.
I did the vocals out in Houston with my good friend of mine named Antoinette Robeson, and we did it out there. And I got off the plane and it was like humid. Heat that I could. I mean, I've been to Texas before, but damn, I forgot about the heat. So yeah,
it'll remind you in the heart.
Take it easy, brother. Take it easy out there. So can't get any darker.
Exactly. So like I was mentioning earlier, I've always been kind of back and forth to Dallas because I always had family down here. But I grew up in Queens, in Far Rockaway, and in Queensbridge. So this was always the summer vacation for us. You know how mama send you down to the country to basically get away from her.
Yeah.
So
same is true of me.
Yeah. So one of my favorite memories was always the music, right? I always get to come down here when I was younger and bring the cassette tapes and stuff like that and kind of share the music with the kids who grew up out here. And Main Source was always one of my main, go-to. And I specifically remember a friend telling me, "What am I listening to right now?" In a very positive way. What am I listening to? This doesn't make sense to me. I can't understand what I'm listening to. I hear it, but I just don't understand it.
Nice.
So when we go back to when you were getting things started and kicked off and stuff like that, how do you view that impact of just before we even get into the rest of the catalog, just what Main Source itself and your production work has done for the culture and the community and stuff like that? How does that make you feel when you kind of look back on that, think about that?
Oh man, when I hear stories like this, it just makes me feel blessed to even be a part of it, man. Sometimes it just feels like a dream, to be honest. When we got into the music industry, it wasn't because we wanted to get in the music industry. We just wanted to put out some joints, man. I was that kid growing up at house parties, that time period.
Yeah.
Early 80s house parties. So I just got the bug and I wanted to do something like that. My first experience at hearing early hip hop, I think was I'm gonna get cross from this. I can't think of the song right now. Rapper's Delight. There we go. Man, you hit a certain age in time. Rapper's Delight was one of the first rap records I heard, and I think it was debuting on a station called Kiss FM. And they played that record, and then they played this battle between Grandmaster Flash and AJ, and I just got this vibe, and I was like, "What's that?" I want to do something like that. I'm telling my mom, "I want to do something like that." She says, "That's nice, baby." I didn't know what that was, but I just wanted to do that vibe, you know. But jumping forward, music was just something that was always part of me. I'm coming from a West Indian background, roots rock, reggae, all that kind of stuff was always around us. So for us, it was just making this cool joints, turning into this phenomenon of hits and everything else we did. that was just a roller coaster, man. We were just blessed and
Yeah.
being the right time, right place, persistent
Yeah, yeah,
as
yeah,
hell.
yeah. And
Yeah.
when you were in the process and stuff like that, did you have time to kind of relish it, or was it just kind of like stack records, keep working, and just kind of
Bro, I'm like that now. I
yeah,
still don't even realize. Like we just did something with a documentary, and I didn't even realize how much time has gone by,
mm-hmm,
and how many things we have done, and how many people we've affected.
mm-hmm,
You know,
mm-hmm.
and I even sometimes get confused of how many people we put on. And I'm like, damn, that happened.
Yeah.
That really happened. You know. So when people people like yourself tell me like, bro, do you know you got like 35 flight records? I'm like, I do. Oh damn. I'm just like I'm right here in the studio, bro. I'm just making music every day. Just just vibing.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like. I tell my artists now, I don't do today's music. You know, I do tomorrow's hits. You know, kind of vibe. You know, I just just get into it.
Yeah.
You know.
And have you always been like kind of like a how most basketball players they call them gym rats? Are you kind of like that as far as production studio? Just lock in at all times. That's your bubble. That's your safe haven. That's your bubble.
Yeah, I guess this is like my fortress of solitude kind of thing. Yeah. No, it's real. I'm not one of these guys that hang out, and you're not gonna see me in LA hanging out like that. I'll do it on occasion if I'm out, but mostly you catch me right here. You know, like we did during COVID, people freaked out. For me, I was like, oh yeah. You know, my lady was like, "This is a good time for you to do those records you want to do." And I'm like, "You know what?
Yeah,
we're gonna do that." You know, so I ran to Home Depot. We rebuilt the studio. I did like 30 joints during COVID time. You know, so I just got grounded. So, you know, we live out in the country on a couple of acres, so for me, privacy was not a problem. You know, I was good. You know, for everybody else, I don't know. But no, here, fortress of solitude, making tracks every day. My bedroom is literally 20 feet away from here.
Yeah.
Don't do that, people. But for me, it's madness. You know.
So talk
12
about
o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, my wife is like, "Yo, what up?" I'm like, "I got an idea. I got to go to the studio." I'm like, all right, go ahead, do your thing. Sorry, I cut you.
No. I was gonna say for that because I'm kind of I love this. I love doing the interview stuff. I love doing the radio show. I love DJing, but I hate being around people, which is weird. You know what I mean? Like I love doing it when it comes to this, but when it comes to just kind of doing the extracurricular, I'm not into that. Like I'm not into that. So. With you being the caliber of person that you are, what you've done for the culture and stuff like that, did you ever feel kind of overwhelmed when you were at kind of like those industry kind of settings and stuff like that?
You just spoke about me, man. That's exactly how I feel. You know, I'm doing the interview. I look like I'm all right, but believe me, I don't want to say I hate this, but I know I got to do it. But this makes me cringe, man. Every time I got to do an interview, I'm like, oh man, can't we just talk? Can't they just come over, listen to me to do the music? You know, talking about my music and my legacy, and like, I don't know, man. It's just I just do music, you know, but. I get uncomfortable with it. I never, like I said, I didn't get into this to be some kind of star. I just really wanted to put out music and hope everybody just perceive it, you know. I enjoy my music, so I hope somebody else would. Yeah. So it was always that focus for me. The hits came later, and I was just blessed and like, thank you. It keeps the roof over my head and keep things going. But I never sat there and said, yeah, man, I'm gonna make this dope beat. It's gonna be a hit record. You know, oh yeah, let's go on tour with Jay-Z and blah blah blah. No. You know, so when we do go on the road, I'm always like, okay, let's just get it in and get back to the hotel. You know, seriously, every time we do a joke, I get back to the hotel. Everybody else is partying, but I'm back in the hotel coming up with the next joint or whatever tomorrow. So, absolutely, just like you, man.
Yeah.
Cringe.
What's the one artist or track that where you felt like, whoa, I can't believe I just did that? Where'd you have that out of body experience for you when you heard something that you done on, you know, was it like the Latifah or the Backstreet Boys, any one of those artists that really made you kind of say, whoa, okay?
Believe it or not, it's almost every track I do. I literally, the way I do music is almost like painting, you know, like I paint on the side, you know, and I create. I built this whole studio with my hand. I built this whole damn unit, and I carve and stuff like that. So I see music like painting. Yeah, like I just see colors with it, and I literally have an out of body experience. I feel like, you know, because sometimes like even Tribal right now. I sit down. I was listening the other day. I was like, man, I don't even remember doing it like that. Yeah, you know, it just. I'm like, what happened to me? I just go into the trance. It's no bullshit, people. I'm serious. I just go into a trance. The vibe just comes out the way it is. But if I had to pinpoint a song that really made me feel like, again, they're all my babies, but I think it's when I did the Madonna track. You know, that was something different. It was left field. Hip hop was always in the blood, but when we did Madonna, I was getting back to my little R&B fetish. You know, and again, it was something that happened. It was out of the blue. We met in a chance, and when the song came out, I was listening to it. I was like, wow, especially when she did that video, and I was like, wow, that's me.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
But all my tracks kind of do that to me, you know, like, you know, it just catches me in a different vibe. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be that conceited person like, yeah, you know, I've been playing tribal in my truck for about a week now. And I'm like, damn, man, what was I thinking? I don't know.
Yeah, man, it's just amazing, man. Like I said, just from being a youngin' and just hearing the main source days and hearing that, like the kid told me, he was just like, I don't know what I'm listening to. I know I love it, but I can't explain it. So that's when as a producer, that's when you just go for feel, right? It's not a template. Yeah. You just kind of go for feel, and that's probably what caused you to kind of have your blackouts, and you just kind of just go all the way in and do what you do. So I just love hearing. I just love hearing that. Those are the stories I love to hear. Just kind of like, you know, I was just in the zone, man. I don't know what I was doing.
No, it's true. See, one of the things people don't realize about Main Source is that what made the group so unique is that we were all young producers. We were just, you know, young kids. You know, we were like 16, 17, you know, 19, you know, just putting our vibe out there and hoping it stick. But, you know, K Cut, you know, who's my brother, he's deep into roots rock reggae. You know, he's deep into that. He's deep into hip hop. So am I. So it's our professor. But each one of us had our specialties, what I'm getting at. So K Cut had the reggae. You know, I had the R&B. Large Professor had the hip hop. And together, we just put that elements together. It's one of the things that made, you know, our sound so more unique than the other hip hop groups that was out at the time. You know, it just vibes. You know, just vibes. You know, and we each sat down there, and it's just like sometimes Large Professor would come up with a bass line, K Cut would come up with a drop of snare and a kick. You know, and I'll hear like a melody, and you know, it's like, let's just throw it all in there and to see what works. Yeah. You know, and then because we're DJs, you know how to do that flow and that blend. So it just, you know, we got that vibe of just blending perfectly, and just things just stick. You know, if it didn't, we take it out. Yeah, so.
Yeah. And did you guys when you're vibing out and having your sessions and stuff like that, was it ever a, you know, you look at each other, you already know just from the skeleton phases of putting the track together, y'all kind of just can look at each other like, yeah, this is gonna be dope. I already could feel this one.
I wish I could say, yeah, we knew this was gonna be the break joint. It was just more like, you like it? You like it? I don't know. You like it? You know, I'm like that now with my music. You know, I'm like, you know, I play it over and over for my 3 kids, and I play it for my lady. And like, you guys like it? Because I'm too close to it. You know, and I don't want to get caught up in my head. But then, you know, I sit back and says, you know what? It doesn't really matter. If I really, really feeling it, it gets down. You know, and I think that's how it was for us. We didn't sit down saying, yeah, we're going to make this hit joint, and that's a hit, and that's a hit. Again, I wish I could tell people we had a plan and it was masterful. And no, we were just kids and we were just vibing. Yeah. You know, and what stuck, you know, and we were just grateful and that people were able to perceive it that way.
And without calling out people in names and stuff, how does it feel when you kind of can see your influences still out there right now, currently in today's time, when you can kind of say, oh, that's something I would have done, or that's a technique I use.
Yeah. No, I hear it all the time. I'm like, yep, that sounds very Main Source. You know, one of the things we were good at, making changes in the middle of the record, you know, or adding a lot of live feels before that was a thing. But yep, I hear it. You know, again, without calling names, you're right, but I do hear it, and I'm like, that's cool. You know, I guess the greatest flattery is when you hear your stuff being repeated or copied. You know, because you know it's across the board. I'm sure James Brown did it. You know, he grew up with somebody and he was influenced. Michael Jackson was influenced by James Brown. You know, it's a pattern. So there's nothing wrong with it, you know. So I'm just grateful like that. Thank you. You know,
absolutely. So let's talk about what you got on currently, man. Like I said, we just played the Still playing in the background now for the listeners out there listening. We got the Dizzy Scratch Tribal
Thank you.
joining us here in the mixtape show. Legendary producer doing this thing. What you working on, man? And you got the other single too. We're gonna play after the interview. I got that She Moves
So
joint.
Tribal was the first record that came out. We just not too long ago dropped She Moves. And this is all coming off the album that's sitting up top there. I don't know if you can see it in the background. It's called The Art of My Noise, and it's just my collection of the way I see music is my own interpretation of noise and a vibe. So yeah, it's called The Art of My Noise. The next record coming out after She Moves is Anything's Possible. You know, that's going to be featuring one of our artists that I work with in LA. Her name is Josiah, and we also got Mikey D on this joint too. So
Mikey D,
it's going to be really, really cool.
Yeah.
It's a different track. It has a little bit of this country kind of vibe with this hip hop is always rooted, but I think people are going to dig it. Yeah. And then later on, we're going to release the Art of My Noise, the rest of the tracks. I'm still putting together which tracks are going to be in there, but I think I have it pretty much worked out. But
So
it'll be a surprise.
So how much fun have you been having putting together the Art of My Noise? How fun has this been for you creative-wise?
Art of My Noise is like this creative masterful plan sort of kind of thing. You know, me, even though I said I don't come up with plans, but this time, because during COVID, I had a lot of time to think about things. So it's going to be a combination of some known artists. Mikey D is going to be on it. You know, we might even have Nas on it. If I'm lucky, we get Jill Scott on it. And then we're going to have some unknown artists, some artists that I'm bringing up, you know, kind of like we did with Nas and kind of like we did with the Locks. So I want to bring up that next set, you know, and then there's going to be some cool instrumental joints, you know, some real vibey stuff. So, you know, I'm still, it's like the DJ in me. I'm still blending things in together. I'm like, maybe that'll go well. Maybe no, let's put this one up first. So it's really me in my head trying to decide which record's going to go next after these three records. So, you know, I'll figure it out eventually.
Is there anybody currently that you listen to that you really vibe with right now?
Let's see. So in the studio right next to it is a theater room, and I like to sit down because I can't always come up with music. Sometimes I like to sit back. So I've been listening to YouTube for about a week and kind of been watching some Mexico stuff and thinking like, I need some sun. But I caught on to this artist named Snow Allegra, you know, and I was like, ooh, I like her vibe, you know. And I think the other girl was Amber Marks or something like that, you know. And I like that vibe, you know. So I'm really checking out that. Oh yeah, Mareba. Thank you. Yeah. They're all three females, very sexy, but very powerful in vocals. And I'm a vocalist person, so I love unique vocals, you know, like Gladys Knight and the Shy Lights back in the day. So when I hear unique vocals, not that, you know, bubblegum crap, I really get intrigued. So they have some very unique vocals that I'm really digging right now. Nice. Yeah, those three artists.
Nice. So I'm not going to make you pick your favorite baby because I don't want to do that to you because I got kids and I know how that is.
You know,
but what's the most, not the most fun, but what's the experience that you remember really, really just enjoying the process and the experience for a certain track? And you don't have to pick I'm not asking what's your favorite song, but what's the experience that you can still remember, like, wow, that was just crazy. You know, that was wild. That was crazy. I really enjoyed that process.
Believe it or not, it was both Tribal and She Moves because I was trying something, you know, I didn't know if it was going to work. And I just got the Native Instrument drum machine not too long ago when I did this track. And I was trying out their sounds, and I like their kick in there. So I just came up with a pattern really, 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 really quick. Usually I take my time and I vibe it out, but Tribal came to me really, really quick, and I came up with the beat, and I was like, this is kind of simple, but I'm digging it. And I kept saying to my wife, you liking this? And she's like, yeah, it's cool. Like, you tell me anything. You love me. You don't care. But I was like, this track just feels different to me. I like it. All my stuff feels different.
Yeah.
I say this all the time.
Yeah.
But Tribal and She Moves was really sticking out to me. So I wasn't sure. So I literally played it. I sent it to my cell phone, and I literally played it all night on my cell phone. Played it low, put it down next to my bed, and I fell asleep to the track. And I woke up to it, and my theory was, if I still like it in the morning, then that's the one I'm going to go with. And I woke up to it and still doing that. And I was like, yo, you know what? This is it. I like this. I like the vibe it's going.
I
And
see.
then I was thinking,
Yeah, I see. I didn't mean to cut you off. I was gonna say I see Tribal as definitely being one of those Netflixy kind of, it's a scene. It's a
yeah,
scene. You know what I'm saying? The,
yeah.
the music is definitely a soundtrack to a scene of a, like I said, a lady walking down the block, or it's just something where like a guy sees a good woman and that song is playing in the
See,
background. You know what I'm saying? That's what I hear
see,
when I hear this song.
he gets me. I'm the same way when I when I do music. I'm always seeing like how could this be used maybe in a movie
Hmm.
sometimes, or
Hmm.
I see the vision for it.
Hmm. Hmm.
This time when we did the video, I just wanted to make it very simple and no. I wanted one girl in the video, but I wanted no gender of like if she's black, white, or anything.
Hmm.
It's just a kind of like a Tron like girl,
Hmm.
with just changing colors.
Hmm.
So this can categorize all women. But no, I literally see it like as something that could be played in maybe a TV show or a soundtrack or under a score of a movie. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, no, I
Hmm.
can see that. But yeah, it was just a vibe for me.
Nice.
So answering that,
Have you always had that
Texas.
that thought when you make your music of that? Because you did you guys on the White Man Can't Jump soundtrack and that Faking the Funk joint.
Yep.
Was that kind of the beginning of you thinking that way, or have you always thought, I want this to sound like a movie, I want this to sound like a theme song, I want this to do that?
No, I wish I could say like no. I don't always see it that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's after when I'm making it, I don't see it that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's when it's after it's done. I'm like, this could be dope for this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very kind of weird when I'm making tracks.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't always hear it. I don't always see it, but I'll go through the process until it's done.
Yeah.
Like it's like a dog at a bone. I got to finish it off, and then I sit back and like, okay, yeah, maybe this could be something in this or that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Dope.
Like that.
So I definitely can't wait for the project to listen to it. Like I said, we got these 2 records we've been spinning here the past few weeks. MJ just sent the new one here today, so we're gonna play this after the interview.
Nice.
As being an independent artist now and doing things on your own timing, how much do you love that? Where you don't have to be rushed. There's no label kicking you in the back saying, "Hey, we need that single. We need that single."
I'm my own label. I'm putting that timeline in my head. Like, I know we got She Moves Out, and I'm thinking, damn, we got to get the other track out.
Yeah.
I'm doing it to myself now.
Yeah.
But no, it's humbling because, I don't have that middleman nonsense. No one's hounding me. My distributor Rob, he's the best. He's like, yo, bro, when you're ready, let me know. Yeah, shout out to Rob Schwartz, man, at Who Mag.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Yeah, no. The vibe is cool. I love this time period we're in right now that we have YouTube and Vimeo and you can just put things out.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I love BT and MTV, they had certain guidelines and restrictions. And, now, it's if you're a dedicated artist and you're focused and you know what you want, the platform in the world is your oyster.
Mm-hmm.
Just go ahead, go for it. And just, but yeah, no, I'm loving it right now.
Absolutely.
Coming up from that analog world.
Yeah.
I'm definitely loving it. Seriously. I'm still trying to figure it out a little bit, but I'm getting there.
Hey, we all are. I'm in the same age group as you, so I get it. My kid,
my
little 2-year-old to come in here and do something for me. I'm like, how in the world do you figure that out? I can't even.
Yeah. I think my 16-year-old's a genius. I don't know how she does these things, but I'm like, help daddy. What's DM again?
I hear that. So besides that, are you working with anybody currently? Before we wrap it up, you working with anybody else currently on any projects that you can talk about?
We are working on a couple of projects. No, I can't talk about it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. But I am working on a movie soundtrack, and I am working on what's the other thing I'm working on? A documentary. We're working on 2 documentaries.
Okay.
And like I said, a movie soundtrack. I can't really talk about it, but all I can say is it has something to do with superheroes.
Nice.
Play with it as that.
Nice.
But and then we're gonna drop this album. Then I'm gonna drop my other 2 artists, Josiah and Kefa is gonna come out behind her, and then we're gonna see where it's gonna go from there. But we got more music to come. You'll hear a lot more from me.
Definitely.
And then K Cut and I are gonna do something. If I can get his butt in here, we're gonna do something.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But more stuff is definitely coming out this year.
Absolutely.
I'll be plaster over YouTube now.
Thank you. Hey, we need you, man. We do the culture needs you, music needs you. We just need the positive energy and the positive vibes. And I'm glad that you
Thank you, brother.
that you're keeping that positivity out there right now, because I'm drawn towards it still, and I love it, man. So thank you,
man.
And thank you for MJ.
I'm trying, man.
Yeah, thank you for MJ Savino for connecting us. And
MJ's the best.
I tell all of my guests on the show, man, you are officially alumni. We call you guys Mixtape Show Boom Bap alumni. So the door is always open, no matter what you want to talk about. If you want to talk about the new drum machine that you got, come on back on the show. Let's talk about that, and let's open up these doors. And like I said,
shoot, man.
You got any other new
let's
got any new records?
Yeah. Let's do it.
We'll have to come up there and do a tour or something like that for the TV show, because we got our TV platform.
That would be cool. Yeah. No bullshit. Yeah, come on up.
Definitely. Well, anybody want to shout out before we get out of here?
Again, you already did it. MJ, Rob from Humag putting me down again, showing this old brother some love, just cool. My management, and this is things we're working on, man. Just look forward to, people. It's coming soon.
Definitely.
And last thing, people, cost you nothing. Just go on YouTube, like and subscribe, man. Help your brother out. I appreciate it.
There we go.
Dizzy Scratch, check it out, man.
Dizzy
Seriously,
Scratch.
love you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you. He is the legendary Dizzy Scratch joining us here in the Mixtape Show. We're gonna get into the She Moves record here just a little bit, and y'all heard him. He said we can go come up there and tour the studio. So we'll wait for some things to open up, and we'll bring the camera crew and we'll film for the TV show and stuff like that. And we'll wait for you to get all that work done so we can talk about everything at once, so we can make it worth it. Absolutely.
It's almost done. Give me about a month and we'll have you finish up.
Gotcha. All right, man. Well, I definitely appreciate your time, brother. And like I said, we following you on the social media and everything. And once we go off the air and everything, I'll inbox you and tag you with all of the links to the show and everything to listen back if you need to. And we'll just kind of go from there, all right?
Thank you, brother.
All right. He goes by Dizzy Scratch. We're going to get into the She Moves record here on the Mixtape Show. We are live here on KKSJ, Kawan J Radio. Let's get into this, man. Go peep the project. Go to his YouTube. Blow up his YouTube and get him all subscribes and views. And let's help the brother out, man. All right?